If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic and you need diabetic services, but you need to make your dollar stretch no further than the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. For vascular, podiatry and diabetic eye screening services or consultations with diabetes doctors and nurses, call 417-0305 today. The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael. They can save your life and save you money. But members get 10% off.
Make sure and stay tuned as 15 diabetic-friendly minutes are about to commence on 100.7 QFM, being brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, the Barbados Community Foundation, and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. This is Peter Boyce here. Good afternoon to all the Q family who are listening. I hope you all have recovered from Gold Cup, and I hope you all did not take home any of the people's horses. I have a question for you. While you were at Gold Cup, what were you drinking in your cup? We will get back to that later, so make sure and listen, especially if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic. The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, behind Eunice Gibson Polyclinic, is a venue that you should be visiting often. It should be like your second home. You can find dietitian Victoria Cox there.
Why would I want to visit Victoria Cox?
You might ask. You're constantly hearing how people's eating habits are leading to their early deaths via diabetes and other NCDs, and the same way that the PM shuffle and make changes in Parliament, you might want to shuffle your meals and make some changes and start eating healthier food options. Victoria Cox, dietitian at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, can create a personalized meal plan especially for you. Nothing that get downloaded off the internet, something that's specially for you. So call and make an appointment. Q is good for you, and Victoria Cox is good for you too. You can also get your eye screened for diabetic retinopathy.
Tell me more about that.
Once you are diabetic, that should be an annual thing. Don't be hard there, so then next thing you know, you end up going blind. Make that appointment at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, where you can also find diabetes specialist doctors like Dr. Diane Brathwaite and diabetes specialist nurses like Nurse Tracy. You know Nurse Tracy? Well, you're gonna know she know. We are going to go to Nurse Tracy on the importance of getting any injury to your feet tended to urgently once you are diabetic, including a nail juk. And listen for how Nurse Tracy pronounces nail juk.
Well, obviously I mentioned about, checking your feet, looking between your toes. Anything to do with like ingrown toenails or hard callus needs to be dealt with, because that can cause issues if left unattended. But something that happens on a fairly regular basis, and we see these clients, is that when you get, and I'm going to have to try and say it in the Bayesian way, bearing in mind that I'm very British, when you get a nail juk, I think that's how they say it, yeah. Basically, if you step on something that goes through your foot, it could be a nail or something sharp, and that should never be ignored, because the problem with it is whatever's gone through your foot contains lots of germs and bugs, and it needs to be dealt with. So if somebody does step on something sharp like that, we advise them to go straight to A&E, which everybody is terrified of. They don't want to go to QEH, because, for all sorts of different reasons. But the thing is, it has to be looked at and possibly what we call debrided, because you have to clear away the tissue that's coming into contact with that nail or whatever sharp has gone through your foot. And if left, it can turn into something not very nice at all. So, that's one thing that a lot of people are not so aware of and get quite upset if we say to someone that you have to go straight to the hospital. But it has to be addressed because things are going to escalate very quickly, because, so all those bugs and things are being introduced into the bottom of your foot, and even as far down as the bone.
Thought you'd Nurse Tracy Bushel? So you listening to 100.7 QFM when you get any foot injuries. The Maria Holder Diabetes Center is where you should be taking those feet. There you will find podiatrist Louise Robinson, who's also British too, by the way. She can fix any nail juk or any foot-related injury that you might have. Next item on the agenda. I asked earlier when you were at the Gold Cup Saturday, what were you drinking in your cup? If it was up to Marsha White, General Manager of the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, it would have been water.
So why Marsha want me to drink so much water?
You might ask. So bearing in mind that World Water Day is the 22nd of March and Diabetes Foundation is celebrating water all month long, here is Marsha with 5 reasons why you should be drinking more water.
Today I want to highlight 5 key benefits of drinking more water for people who have diabetes. Number 1, water helps regulate blood sugar levels, promoting stability by assisting your kidneys in removing excess glucose from your bloodstream. And we know that if you have diabetes, it's all about managing your blood sugar. So drinking more water will help with that. Improving insulin sensitivity. We know that when you have diabetes, your body is resistant to insulin. If we can drink more water, we're going to increase our insulin sensitivity, making it easier for your body to use insulin more effectively. Weight management. We know that when you have diabetes, it's really super important to keep your weight under control, and water can help with that by curbing hunger. It's an appetite suppressant, and when you drink more water, you feel more full, so it can help reduce overeating and aids digestion. It makes everything function so much better. It's a beautiful calorie-free choice. Kidney health. We know that diabetics are more at risk for kidney complications, and it's really important to take care of those kidneys. Trust me, you do not want to have to go on kidney dialysis. That is a very expensive and time-consuming ordeal. So drinking more water, staying hydrated, protects kidney function, especially crucial for you guys with diabetes. Number 5, preventing dehydration symptoms. We know that diabetes can lead to dehydration, and drinking more water will prevent symptoms like dry mouth, fatigue, dizziness, brain fog, mental confusion, memory loss. All of those things are really important and related to being dehydrated. So how much water should you drink? You should drink about 8 to 10 cups of water a day, and just listen to your body's cues. If you're thirsty, reach for that extra glass of water. That is the smallest thing that you can do to make the biggest impact on your health.
Hey, thank you for those water words, Marsha, as we move into our Q song of the day. And it's a water song from Trinidad and Tobago. This is Ira George with Water Blessings as we celebrate water compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Come in front for your blessings, come in front for your blessings. The water blessings, come in front for me. I am blessed. Raise your hand if you want to get blessed. Raise your hand if you want to get blessed. Raise your hand if you want to get blessed. Wave your hand if you want to get blessed. Raise your hand if you want to get blessed. Wave your hand if you want to get blessed. Wave your hand if you want to get blessed. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. Open the Zion gate. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. Everybody
Water helps regulate blood sugar levels.
front for your blessings. Come in front for your blessings. The water blessings. Come in front for your blessings. I am blessed. Come on, come on, come on. Come in front for your blessings. Come in front for your blessings. The water blessings. Come in front for your. I am blessed.
A brand new service which we can be proud of is now available at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Vascular or ABI screening. Who should get a vascular screening? Persons living with diabetes or persons who experience pain or burning sensation in their legs or toes, especially while they are resting. This is normally referred to as bad circulation. Book your vascular or ABI screening test today by calling the Maria Holder Diabetes Center 243-3937 to get more information and make an appointment. Board members get 10% off. the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
And it's time for Dr. Diane Brathwaite.
And what is Dr. Brathwaite talking about today?
You might ask. She will be addressing some cautions that you should be aware of about diabetic medications that you might be taking. Here's Dr. D.
Once again this week, we're going to dive into talking about another medication. I also just want to remind you that your diet is always your first building block, first medication, and your lifestyle, physical activity, making sure you're getting enough sleep. Don't think that some super medication is going to fix a poor lifestyle. So please remember this. Also remember, if you have any problems with any medication, please discuss with your care provider before you just kind of stop a medication, because some medications do have significant blood sugar lowering effects, and if you stop it, you might find that your blood sugars suddenly jump into the teens. I had some experiences this week that I just wanted to use, I think maybe to learn some lessons. Number one, don't just stop medication or run out of medication, even if legitimately, say for example, a clinic doesn't have a medication, make contact with your care provider. If you're unwell and you're not taking medication, you're not taking medication, it has nothing to do with low blood sugars, but because you don't have it, and if your sugars are higher, whatever is going on with you can spiral out of control more rapidly than you can probably count to 3. I unfortunately had that experience with somebody with a diabetic foot issue. Don't play with diabetes, guys. Let's take it seriously, let's manage it well, and let's take care of ourselves. My final reminder, if you have anything at all going on with your foot, please don't delay getting care. Please don't miss your appointments if it's foot related. If you have diabetes or if you have a circulatory issue, just don't take those chances. Sometimes it really simply isn't worth it. And having a negative outcome because, maybe you missed an appointment and you didn't call and reschedule, you didn't see maybe if somebody could come and see you at your home if you're elderly. Those things sometimes unfortunately can work against you. My final note is, remember, this is a very short show. There's so much more that you need to learn about your individual medications, and remember that many medications have different preparations or formulations. Some are slow release, some which may make you, for example, put on or gain weight, and another formulation may not have that side effect. And likewise, the same thing with low blood sugar. So make sure that you understand your medication, you know what it is, and you discuss it with your care provider before you make assumptions. Also, every side effect and drug reaction that you see in the international press does not apply to Barbados. A lot of the times it's related to the batch or the lot of the medication, which may not be anywhere near Barbados. So just be informed and keep the conversation lines open.
Cheryl, share with us your experience of the challenge of living with diabetes.
It has been very challenging because I had developed diabetic neuropathy in my feet. That was a challenge, and I was recommended to attend the Diabetic Center at Warren's, and that was the best decision that I could have made. They gave good advice on treatment, and I like the fact that they have a complete team, a range of medical assistance for diabetics, such as your eyes, your heart, and your general health. And they're very professional. I'm saying that diabetes is not a death sentence. It's challenging, but you can manage it, you can live with it. You need to be disciplined. And also make sure, if you're listening to the program this morning and you haven't already gone, please visit the Diabetic Center at Warren's. There's a great team there. They give you advice, they guide you through, and you'll be much better for it.
If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic and listening to QFM right now, in 2025, Q stands for Quality Health Services at lower prices, which is what you will find at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren, St. Michael. If you are looking for diabetic eye screening, vascular screening, podiatry, or nutritional advice, call 243-3937 or 417-0305 and make an appointment today. Don't miss next week when we will be dealing with more diabetic issues. Same Q time, same Q station. Compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, and the Barbados Community Foundation.
If you or your loved one is impacted by diabetes and have questions, the Barbados Diabetes Foundation has the answers.
It's always easier to reverse diabetes, certainly control it properly and avoid complications if you at least know that you have it.
So it's just again to re-emphasize the importance of good diabetic care. And diabetic care involves really almost every part of the body. So it's your feet, your heart, start. But again, we're coming back to what our main focus is at this time is the eye care.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, is your source of diabetic care.